Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In this episode, we decide which of our 8 quarterfinalists will compete in the finale episode for the title of Raptorweight Requiem champion. Now let's get straight into the first match. And we're underway with fight number 1 for episode 3, the first of our 4 quarterfinal matchups this episode, is Blaze coming in with the Blade setup to take on SkitB. Both these bots making it through in the last episode that we recorded, episode 2. Blaze defeating Tornado of Souls in one of the more entertaining fights of the first round, while SkitB took a pretty massive upset as it does a big flip off the rotating plate there. That's just some weird Besiege physics that can sometimes happen, as these teams are no doubt aware. A nice little flip there from SkitB, getting Blaze upside down, but Blaze not completely useless upside down with this configuration. The blades do still touch the floor as he has these hinged wedgelets, gets to the side, and a nice slam there from Blaze. Very quick bot. Definitely has the speed advantage in this matchup. SkitB definitely has the low ground though. SkitB, like I was saying, managed a big upset over Wasted. Won a pretty convincing decision. Really only took 1 or 2 big hits in that fight and only lost 1 corner. Similar amount of damage was done to Blaze, but a fair bit of it was done by itself, only taking damage kind of on 1 hit right towards the end of the fight against Tornado of Souls. So Blaze will have to look out for that and not drive into those spiked rollers and potentially lose a wheel again. Ooh, another good slam, and they put SkitB on the rotating plate where it really does not like to be. SkitB kind of struggling to lift Blaze. Due to it being upside down, it's so high up that SkitB can't really get under it. And then getting to the side, another great slam from Blaze. Excellent driving so far from Team Pilot Light, which they exhibited in their Summer Slamathon 3rd place, where they had Melvin take out Stance Attack Jr. in a battle of driving skill. Nice flip there from SkitB though, but Blaze now back on its correct orientation. Should have an easier time wedging now, in theory. But another nice flip from SkitB, almost manages to get Blaze upside down. Ooh, Blaze around to the side again. SkitB does a good job popping the flipper up so that they escape the blades, and then gets a nice flip of its own, taking Blaze out. Ooh. Nice job from Blaze there to reverse that position. Nice pin here up against the wall. They have to release the pin there, and SkitB tried to drive through and gets launched by the arena flipper, and Blaze underneath now getting a pin of its own, sticking SkitB on the arena flipper for a second time. Blaze doing an excellent job controlling the pace of this fight. Oh, but SkitB does manage to get under briefly, but now Blaze back in control, gonna look for a big slam into the red corner. Not much damage, obviously, happening in this one, but oh, nice flip from SkitB. Not much damage, but pretty entertaining so far, I think, due to the aggressive driving from Blaze. Ooh, and SkitB loses a wheel, so I spoke too soon. There is at least a little bit of damage. That's going to make it very hard for SkitB to win this fight, because that will be a 6-4 on damage, most likely. And I would say so far the control is going a bit in favor of Blaze, as well as the aggression. SkitB may be winning on style, but even that's debatable. Blaze doing a really good job putting on a masterclass, and that's the end of the fight. We'll see the judge's decision, but I think it's pretty decisive. And yeah, Blaze takes a 26-19 decision, winning in every category. Congratulations to Blaze, who become our first team to make it to the semifinals, and SkitB unfortunately eliminated. And now we're on to our fight number 2, Arctic Storm vs Tamale, 2 of the hardest hitting bots in the tournament. Tamale might be one of the few bots that has a chance against Arctic Storm's weird oh my god, never mind. Arctic Storm splits Tamale in half, rips one of the motors off of the hammer. I don't know that it can hit hard enough to snap Arctic Storm's weapon motor now. And it's really struggling for balance. Oh wait, that wasn't the weapon motor. I'm not sure what that other small little wheel there is. But it doesn't appear to be off the weapon motor. Tamale really struggling. They're not being counted out though. Arctic Storm starts to approach. Maybe now they're being counted out. But there we go, back on their feet. Or their wheels, I should say. Arctic Storm. It looked good in its first fight, and it's looking even better here. Tamale had a bit of a not super entertaining fight against Lift, but landed some big shots, and a lot of people were probably counting on it to beat out Arctic Storm here. Due to the nature of hammers being able to kind of just, if they land that one good hit, they can just break everything on your bot, and unfortunately wasn't able to land the hit. They still got the weapon motors, so you can't completely count Tamale out. But the problem is the hammer's going to throw itself sideways now and lose the aim and momentum. Really dominant so far from Arctic Storm. Just looking to try and peel off maybe 1 or 2 more wheels. Not too sure what's going on. As Arctic Storm is just kind of driving around, maybe having some issues with ping, causing it to miss on some of these attempts to go, and Tamale's just really struggling to keep itself upright and in a position to strike when Arctic Storm does come in. Ooh, another big hit from Arctic Storm. Tamale kind of stuck over in the red corner, needs to try and get out. They do, but Arctic Storm with another big shot breaks one half of the hammer motor. I think that's 100% the fight over now. Tamale, I don't think has enough power to even break the motor on Arctic Storm now. Oh, and it got ripped in half as well, actually. I'm not even sure it can drive anymore. Yeah, no, that side just keeps flipping itself around anytime it tries to drive. I think likely Tamale's being counted out. It can kind of spin around in one direction, but that's it. The judges have called it, and Tamale has been KO'd by Arctic Storm. This pot looks incredibly scary as the United Lunch Alliance move into the semis, and Tamale's eliminated. And now we kick off the third fight of this quarterfinal episode of Raptorweight Requiem. Black Box off to a decent start there. The self-driving robot, could it make the semi-finals if it beats out Team Meteor here, our double champions from Summer Slamathon? Migran, a pretty good control bot though, but just staying real aggressive. Ooh, but Migran gets under there as it got to the side of Black Box. I don't know that Black Box really has an answer to this. It needs to try and get away, and it looks like the driver took control back briefly to let Black Box get off the blades of Migran there. Good choice from that. Ooh, Migran actually got under from the front there, beating out the downforce engine plows. Really well done from Migran's driver. Team Meteor, obviously, excellent drivers, which we saw with Metallica and Super Heavyweights. And we also saw their destructive potential with CG3 in the Beetleweight bracket. So Team Meteor can kind of do it all. Very good team. Made the finals of Heavyweight Havoc in their first ever tournament, but they're taking on the AI generation now. Ooh, and a nice clamp from the front there on Black Fox. Ooh. That could spell disaster for Black Fox's downforce engine. Black Box gets flipped over, but uses the downforce engine to self-right. Now the bot's back in the middle. Migran getting pushed around again. So far, it's a pretty close fight. Migran's doing a great job. of managing to get to positions where it can beat out Black Box. There we go, lining themselves up, waiting for Black Box to charge in, knowing that it's going to, because it's a self-driving robot, that's what it does. And Migran with another lovely clamp has to pressure itself up, but oh, really nice there. Did they get a few props there when they got that clamp? Ooh, maybe some damage done to Black Box? One of the wheels looks a little damaged, but that could just be me. Something looks a little off with the wheel. It might just be bouncing around a bit though. Oh, and a nice slam from Migran. Oh yeah, no, now there's damage, I think. It definitely seems like something's damaged in Black Box, so I can't really tell what. Nice little flip over there. Black Box gets back on its feet. I don't know. It's hard to tell with Black Box. It looks like something's a little loose that shouldn't be loose. Yeah, one of the wheels is stuck up in the air. The left wheel on Black Box is getting caught up in the air, so something broke on one of those slams from Migran. And it's really hampering Black Box's ability to wedge here and fight. It seems like the driver may have actually taken manual control of Black Box, because the AI just isn't handling the broken wheel properly. It's causing a lot of difficulty with the drive on Black Box. Migran has really folded up that side. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but just must have been a very good slam from Migran. One of those slams it got off. Migran all of a sudden turns the tides, and I think probably on the way to a decision now, because that damage is going to be scored heavily in their favor. It's made Black Box almost undrivable. Normally, when you see Black Box lose due to being outwedged, it's because the prop engine gets destroyed. But Black Box manages to self-right just before the time runs out, but we're moving into the judgment, and Migran winning pretty heavily over Black Box. Well done to Migran. Team Meteor making the semi-finals. Could they make it 3 in a row, as Black Box is eliminated? Final contenders for the semis for Raptorweight Requiem. We have Boop taking on Dippii. A nice hit there from Boop. Dippii, for the second time, taking out Big 2 for the tournament, and Boop with a pretty impressive KO over Pearl. Took it a little while to get going, but once those hits came in, they were hitting. And Team Night Slash, if they win this, would make it to the finale in the top 4, which would be the highest result that Team Night Slash has ever gotten in a tournament. They tend to build more fun, less competitive bots. Boop, not entirely an exception to that, but is one of their more competitively minded bots, I would say. A very hard-hitting hammer, although the chassis does leave a lot to be desired. Good flips from Dippii so far, though. Not giving Boop a lot of room to swing the hammer and trying to stay away there when Boop does start wildly flailing. Nice little flip for Dippii again. Boop struggling to self-right, but they managed to get back over. Nice flip from Dippii, but it was a good hit from Boop mid-flip that rips the back wheel off of Dippii. That left wheel, and Dippii's high-centered on its own wheel. Oh, good use of the flipper. I thought for a second there they might be stuck, but they used the flipper well. Get off. Boop now taking control and just getting to the side, getting a little pin on Dippii, pinning it against the rotating plate. Boop self-rights. Dippii really struggling on the rotating plate, and the other wheel's gone. Dippii's dead. That's it. Boop manages the upset KO over the SBC 2019 Featherweight Champion. What a win from Boop and Team Night Slash, making their first top 4. Boop moves on to the semis, and Dippii's KO'd and eliminated. Congratulations to Team Night Slash. That's it for this episode. Our 4 bots heading into the finale are Blaze, Arctic Storm, Migran, and Boop. Unfortunately, we also have to say goodbye to SkitB, Tamale, Black Box, and Dippii. The next episode will be the finale of Raptorweight Requiem and will feature the semi-finals, fight for third, and the grand final to crown our tournament champion. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. If you're interested in joining our community, follow the Discord link in the description. And from everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.